go to Andy. He's a Man United fan. All right, Andy?
Good evening, lads. You all right?
Yeah, good.
All right,
How are
Andy?
you?
Yeah, not bad, lads, not bad. The Mason Mount situation has really lifted me. Just in the middle of a house move, I moved house on Monday, and you know how stressful it is moving.
It's terrible, Andy.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Moved too many
It's a
times.
nightmare. It's one of life's real nightmares.
I know, yeah.
It's going well. We're doing okay. Everything's good. We've gone from a cave to a mountain top. Happy days.
How many boxes still got to
I've probably got about another 10 to unpack, Jason.
Oh.
So we're doing all right, mate.
Did you label them? Did you?
Yes.
You did.
You
Okay.
labelled them.
You've got to label them, mate. You've got to.
Otherwise, it just goes
Honestly,
all over the place.
yeah.
Everything goes pear-shaped.
Yeah, if you don't label them, mate, it's an absolute stinker.
Yeah, I
it
know,
is.
mate.
It's a stinker.
Yeah, I've moved out a few houses. Some of them
Oh.
wasn't on my
It's
terms.
just been hard graft. It's just been hard graft, lads.
I was asking for furniture, I didn't get any of it back.
Kicked out.
It's just been hard graft because there's only been me doing all the packing and unpacking, and then obviously I've had a couple of lads give me a lift with the actual move. But anyhow, listen, Mason Mount, guys, let's get on to it. Absolutely superb news for my football club, and I'll tell you for why. Ray Wilkins, Juan Mata, Manja Matic, all brought from Chelsea, all superb at United. I do not expect anything less than superb from Mason Mount. That kid is one talented footballer, and I've been saying it from the time he broke through at Chelsea and started to do a bit. And my missus is sat around the corner from me now. She knows I've always had a lot of respect for him, and to see him in a United shirt will give me a great deal of satisfaction and a great deal
There
of
are a
pleasure.
lot of people out there, though, Andy, that don't rate him.
I know, I rate him very highly. Very, very, very highly. Look at what he did for Chelsea the year he won the Champions League. He was a massive part of that. Look at what he's done for Chelsea over the time he's been in the side. Was it 2 years consecutive Player of the Year?
Yeah, he definitely won it twice. I can't remember whether there was someone in between, but he's definitely won it twice. He's definitely won it twice. Yeah. And he was the times he won it, he was standout.
Yeah, he played 35 games last season, though. He played 35 games last season and only got 3 goals.
Yeah, no, he had by the way, he wasn't alone. He was part of a disastrous season, and it wasn't just the players. There was a lot going on at the club. Some of the players, in fact, everyone collectively has got to hold their hands up. Mace had his injury problems, and there was a lot of change at the club. A lot of change. But look, there's a...
Do you want some stats on Mason Mount? Honest ones.
This season?
Well, over the last 4 seasons. Since.
Yeah, go on.
So in 1920, he played 53 games. He scored 8 goals. And he got 6 assists. And then next season, 21, 54 games, he got 9 goals. 9 assists. 53 games in 22, he got 13 goals and 16 assists. So he had a good season. And then last season, he got 3 goals, 6 assists. Mason Mount, that's him. James Maddison played 42 games in 21, got 11 goals, 10 assists. 21-22, he played 53 games. He got 18 goals and 12 assists. And last season, he played 32 games, got 10 goals and 9 assists. Yeah. Stats speak for themselves.
No, that's those stats. Mason's game has to change, without question. That was always the criticism.
I'll tell you what, guys. If you let me say something, I'll tell you what, right? Just think about this, right? Over the last couple of years, United have been absolutely dreadful on hitting the target from dead ball situations and free kicks out on or around the box. Mason Mount has got form on being able to convert a free kick. And I'll tell you what, the way Bruno's been hitting them this last 18 months, his conversion rate is shocking. So I'm quite happy to let Mason Mount.
I don't think Mason Mount's going to be on free kicks.
No, he might be. He might be. But here's the thing: those stats, you're absolutely right, and that's always been something. I've been saying on Chelsea TV, Mason's game next season's got to improve. His assists and scoring goals. That is something that has to improve, and will improve. There is no question about that. That has to improve. And because his. Sorry, go on, Andrew.
I was just going to say, I'm not one of these United fans. We've talked before, I've been on before. I'm not a United fan who wears red-tinted glasses. I've been very disappointed with Jadon Sancho. And if we can find somebody who can play on the left, not necessarily all the time, but who is capable of going on there, I know we've got Garnacho, But Mason's done it for Chelsea. He's also done it for England as well. And I'll tell you what, right now, at this moment in time, give me a choice, Sancho left or Mason left. I'm taking Mason every day.
Okay. All right, Andy.
Yeah, he's not a natural wide man, really, Mace. He can play there. He's not a natural wide man.
Where do you think he's going to play?
Mace, I think Mace is an 8. I think he does it. He does a number of things very well. I saw him playing a 4-3-3 on the left of a midfield 3.
Yeah.
And when Chelsea are in possession, he's done this really well. He arrives as a 10, arrives on the edge of the box. So that like those late runs midfielders can do. And one part of his game, in fact, the 2 parts, that has to improve his numbers. You're absolutely right. And that's something that a lot of Chelsea fans, myself included, have been critical of. Those numbers have got to get better, and they will get better. They will. But he's a big game player. Mace is a big game player. He will rock up in the big games. He will deliver. And every single manager plays him. Frank played him. Tuchel played him. Potter would if he'd been fit enough. Southgate plays him. They all play him. Why? He's reliable. He gives you everything you want from a midfield, energy with quality. But those numbers, you're absolutely right, have to improve.
Okay. All right, let's go to Ian, who's a Chelsea fan. All right, Ian?
How are you doing, guys? Okay?
Yeah, good. What's your take on Mason Mount leaving?
I don't really care, to be honest. I've supported Chelsea for over 50 years. If you don't want to be there, get out. That's my attitude with anybody. If you don't want to be there, bug off.
Do you think you're losing a top player, though?
No. And by the way, hope they do put him in free kicks. He scored 2, I think, in the last 2 seasons. So hope they do put him in free kicks at Old Trafford. That should help him.
There was one against Wolves in the season in COVID, and he scored against Villa.
But I'm not really at fuss because, say, Reece James accepted less money. He's just a wee money grabber. That's all he is.
Ian, this is... Look, you say money grabber, right? What does that mean? I mean...
It means he's greedy.
Greedy. Pardon?
He's not the only one. I mean, if you can't live on $200,000 a week,
Ian, everyone can live on $200,000 a week. But Ronaldo's on like $1 million a week.
Yeah, no.
Is he greedy?
No,
but I'm exaggerating the point to prove the point.
I think that what he's trying to say, Ian, is that there are other players at Chelsea on more money than Mason, and he wants to be part of that.
He deserves parity with a lot of players Chelsea have signed. I'm sorry, Ian.
Mason. Hold on. See at Old Trafford, the hair's on 375. I mean, I'm sure most of them aren't on that. And they're not moaning and throwing their toys out of the pram. Well, not that I know of anyway, but, it's just that's the way it is. Reece James is on less than Mason Mount was looking, and Reece James is a far better.
We don't know that, Ian. We don't know that, mate.
Well, that's the talk. I mean,
we don't know that until you sit in that conversation with agents and the owners. We don't know that conversation. We don't know what's gone on.
But I'll be honest with you, you want men in your team, not wee wimps like Havertz and Mount. See, last year when things weren't good, it doesn't matter. Your team's not good. See, if you've got the cojones, you step up and you make yourself look good. You don't drop your head. If you can go for you once, I don't care.
Do you think he went missing last season, Ian?
Oh, certainly he did. Certainly got a few of them now. But if you've got anything about you, you don't do that. You don't, Havertz is another one. Like, I'm glad 65 million for that donkey.
Yeah, I have Havertz. I'm not worried about Havertz. No. That one is, and he might, who knows, he might turn out to be brilliant. And there's a player in there. Let me tell you now, if I had to have any money on who's going to live up to their bill going to either Arsenal as Havertz or Man United as Mount, all my chips are going to Mount. All of them. All of them.
Okay.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.